Hello and welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamie. I am a 32-year-old zero-based cashless budgeter and stuffer, and today we're going to be unstuffing my envelopes for the first week of June. So if you're new here, I get paid through PayPal. I do all my transactions on my PayPal debit card, and then this is just pulling the money out of my envelopes. It's all prop money, just pulling that out of my envelopes so that they match what is actually in my PayPal account. So I was on vacation this past weekend. Today is Monday. I'm actually filming on the day I'm supposed to for once. So I got back really late last night, and we're just going to go ahead and pull the money that I spent while I was on vacation, and then a couple of things that I did since then. So we'll just get started with my variable expenses like always. So we are not pulling from buffer. We never pull from buffer. I did not spend anything out of Crochet by Jamie. We are going to pull some money out of my gas envelope. I did fill up my tank on the way back from the airport last night at like midnight. So I need $35 and I don't have that. So let me just break this 50 into two 20s and a 10. Okay, so we're pulling 20, 30, and 5. And that leaves me with $22 for the week. There's not very much money for gas. But I did just fill up my tank, so should be good there. I am planning on going out to my friend's this weekend. He lives like 2 hours away, so that is probably going to be half a tank of gas there. And I'm also hoping to actually do some good door dashing this week. I feel really good now that I'm back from vacation. My head's in a lot better place, so I'm hoping that I can like get back into it and start to pick things up and do good with door dashing again. Okay, so next we're gonna pull from groceries, and I don't have the money again. So we'll break a 5 into two 2s and a 1. I'm sorry if you can hear my cat scratching at the door. She'd really like to come in, but she's not allowed because she's gonna like scratch on stuff and be really distracting in the background. But I went to Aldi on my way home from work today. I picked up just a couple things. I picked up two of the Santa Fe salad bowls. Love them. They're so good. A bag of grapes because they looked delicious, and they're really good. They're nice and crunchy. And some turkey so I can make turkey sandwiches. I do need to do meal prep, but I have a lot to do tonight. I'm really behind on everything. So I'm probably going to go tomorrow, and I'll just end up being over budget in groceries for next week, but it is what it is. But we're pulling $13, so 10, 12, and 13. That leaves me with $3 in groceries for the week. Okay. So then prescriptions did not pull from spending. I am going to pull from, but I spent most of my money this weekend on my credit card, and then I'm just planning on making a payment. I did make a payment on the credit card, but the payment didn't process yet, so I'm going to pull that whenever that comes through. And then sweet treats, I didn't DoorDash, so I didn't spend any of my sweet treats money. Okay, so next we're going to go to travel, which I think is still in my high priority envelope. It is not. I moved it into my low priority binder. Yes. Okay, so we are pulling a total of $32 from travel. I spent $10 at Walmart on some snacks. I spent $10 at Publix on energy drinks, and I spent $12 at Slow Wake, which is a coffee donut shop in the hotel that we stayed in Fort Walton Beach. So I spent a total of $32 from this envelope. So let me pull 3 10s, 10, 20, 30, and 2. So I'll put down a 5 and take back 3. And this is now in my low priority binder, so I'm not going to count this money until I do condensing, although I am going to pull all of that money next week to do my payment. on my credit card, so it will not be there for very long. Okay, so that's all the money that we're pooling for this week. Pretty light spending, just because I was out of town for 4 days, which was really, really nice. So let's add this up, see how much money I should have in my tray. $80. And we have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 5, and 80. Perfect. Then the only thing that we have to do still is add up my roundup transactions and add them into my my roundup envelope. And we have $1.56 we're adding today. I did not get my big girl paycheck. I did not do a Atlas Earth payout, so not very much this week. So $1.56. And you'll notice that I did adjust my amounts. So I went through all of my envelopes last week and matched them up with what was in my spreadsheet. I'm usually off on this envelope by like $1 or $2 just because I add wrong, but I was off by a pretty good amount. It's because I forgot to pull some transactions from another envelope. I didn't write it down in my little notebook, so oops. But we are just gonna, everything is fixed now, and we're just gonna carry on with where we were. So $299.01. So we're gonna add $2. Let me grab a 2. And then we should have $2.99 in this envelope. So 1, 50, 2, 50, 70, 95, 7, 8, and 9, $2.99. I did have to erase a bunch of these circles, which is sad, but everything is the way that it's supposed to be now, so we're fine. We're fine. And that is going to be it for this video. That's all that I have. So thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. I will be back on Monday. Next week, I'll have my normal recordings, all my videos up. So we'll get back in business. Check out my sunburn. Check out my sunburn. It's pretty good burn. My legs are really bad. My sides are pretty bad. I did wear SPF 70 and I stayed under the umbrella as much as I possibly could, but I'm very pale, so it happens. But hopefully my sunburn will fade quickly and it will stop hurting very soon. And I'm going to be done rambling here and head out. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I will see you next week with my normal videos.